Hello and welcome to UPSC Warriors by Unacademy. This is me Nandini and I am here today with a recent development that has taken place in the valley of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, if we consider it and observe the valley for a period of time since democracy has been established, we would see that there is a certain surge in the number of terrorist attacks that have been taken place. At most time, it is being related to the retaliation against whatever is being done in Jammu and Kashmir. But then again, that is something that is pertaining to talk about the weaknesses in our internal security, and hence it becomes important for us to discuss as to what all are the developments that are basically happening. In this session, we'll be covering various aspects that are related to the attack, and we'll also be discussing about as to what all things are new in terms of this attack and that are going to be planned as such that they will actually minimize the attacks in future, because that is the need of the hour if we consider. Now, let's quickly understand as to what the situation actually is. So, before this attack took place, there was certain neutralizing activity. There was an operation that was basically an anti-terrorist operation that was taking place in the Baramulla sector of Jammu and Kashmir, and that pertained to also neutralize two terrorists as such. But then at the same time, it was reported that there is another attack that basically took place in the Kishtwar area of Jammu and Kashmir. The Kashmir Tigers took the whole and sole responsibility of this particular attack, making it very evident that Lashkar-e-Taiba is with bare hands behind the government of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, if we consider what they actually did, then the story went somewhat like that there were two people who were in the VDG, which is the security guarding officers from the forest department, from the village department, who were grazing their cattle. While they were grazing their cattle, they basically saw Mujahideen, to which they started to follow them. Mujahideen, as soon as he observed that okay, someone is following him, he made sure that these two people were abducted. As soon as they were abducted, they were taken up to another place, and then they were asked to confess about whatever they were doing with their activity. As soon as they did this particular thing, those two people were executed. However, the Lashkar-e-Taiba and Kashmir Tigers basically came up with pictures and certain Urdu notes that are translated in the forthcoming slide, wherein they actually said that we do not target any of the civilian, we do not target any of the Hindu of this particular valley, but whenever we'll find that there are people who are associated with the defense forces of this country, we are not going to stay quiet. And whosoever intends to wish VDG even in future, they must understand that they are going to have the same fate, which was taken up as a threatening warning actually in terms of the discussion of this particular attack for the people who are living in the Kashmir Valley. Now, let's discuss as to what they actually said. But before that, let's also understand why discussing this particular attack becomes important. Although Jammu and Kashmir in itself is a very sensitive area, if we consider, we see that Kishtwar is attached with Ladakh. It shares its boundaries with Ladakh, which is why the sensitivity aspect becomes two times more important if we consider. Coming back to what Kashmir Tigers had to say, then they actually said that two active soldiers of VDG, Kuldeep Kumar and Nazir, came chasing Mujahideen Islam in the defense forest of Kishtwar areas of occupied Kashmir this morning. The Mujahideen of the Kashmir Tigers ignored them, but they did not give up the chase and came close, whereupon the Mujahideen caught them with iron hands. After confessing to all the crimes, both were executed. Mujahideen reached a safe place after hearing this. They also added up a note wherein they said that our record is a witness. We have not killed even a common Hindu till date. We are fighting against the occupying Indian army, but it is seen that some ignorant people are joining the VDG, becoming a tool of the army and chasing the Mujahideen. There are such people. Take a lesson from today's situation, and in any case from VDG, don't be a part, otherwise you will have to suffer the same fate. This war will continue till the freedom of Kashmir, is what they had to say about this attack, if we consider. This is why it becomes all the more very important to understand even the details that are related to it. And hence we had the entire story discussion as such. Now, why are we discussing it so much? Even we see that every time and again the government tends to condemn all of this. But if we see, then there are in particular certain developments that are new. Number one being, there are protests that are happening in Kashmir. There are protests by the local people who want their security in the region because of the number of civilian deaths that are happening in Kashmir are increasing every day now and then. Their ask is very simple, that whosoever is involved in the killing of these two people, they need to be neutralized, they need to be executed as well, so that security of the countrymen can be ensured and we can live peacefully in Jammu and Kashmir. Another development in this regard is that even Amit Shah had an announcement to make, which was regarding the anti-terrorism policy with respect to this attack and all the terrorist activities that are basically taking place in the region and even in this country. Amit Shah had to say that we have an anti-terrorist squad, which is a part of special forces in our country, and also we have a special task force who will be assigned the task of controlling the sensitive regions with the terrorist activities, because we intend to make India by 2047 a developed country, for which it is very important that the security of each state is as such addressed to, because it is seen that due to attacks every now and then, due to problematic things, due to problematic features in terms of any state for that matter, it has proven to be an hurdle of extremity that pertains to not only disrupt the process of development but also affects the people who are living there. And hence this is something that is taken up by the central government very seriously. So that was about this session, and I also have a special announcement to make, which is about the biggest UCSC test that is taking place, that is being conducted by Unacademy on 10th of November at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. By giving the examination, if you hold a rank, you stand a chance to win prizes worth rupees 50 crore, wherein you also have a chance to win an international trip to Australia or a staycation in a 5-star hotel with your family in this country. There are certain more rewards that are associated with this examination. All you have to do is go to the description box, enroll yourself if you already haven't, and give the examination on 10th of November. I really hope that you liked this session, and if you did, please do like, share, comment and subscribe to our channel UPSC Warriors by Unacademy. Thank you so much for watching.